Hey, 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 hey. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, hey, hey. How's it going? How's it going? Welcome along. How are you guys? I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, today we're going to talk about social media and some tips for social media. So, the first tip is about attraction marketing. Whenever you do any business, any marketing on social media, you want to make sure that you're using what we call attraction marketing, which basically means it's not about you pushing, but it's more about you pulling. So the stuff you're posting on social media for business should basically attract people to you, should basically get people to go, hey, that's interesting, that's curious, let me find out more. So whenever you're posting on social media, you always want to attract people, and you want to use attraction marketing where you get people curious and they go, okay, I want to find out more, let me message this person, let me go to the link and find out more about it, etc. So that's number one. Number two is about reaching. So the more people you can reach, the better results you're going to have on social media. So one is your personal Facebook. If you're using your own personal Facebook for business, then the question is, how many friends do you have on Facebook? Because Facebook allows you to have up to 5,000 friends. So if you only have 500 or I don't know 300 or 1,000 friends, then you're missing out. You're not using it to the capacity. You could do a lot more. So start adding some people. Facebook even suggests to you, they go, oh, do you know this person? Do you know this person? So start adding people to your friends so you can have a larger audience. Because if you have 5,000 people and you promote your business, you're going to have better results than if you have 500 people on your Facebook. So that's number one. Number two is groups. If you want to reach even more people, then you also can use groups where you join different groups and you post into groups, because some groups will have 1,000 people, 5,000 people, 15,000. Some even have hundreds of thousands of people. So again, this way you can reach a bigger audience, because remember, our job is not to convince people, but to sort through people. So we're not convincing people, we're sorting. So if you have bigger pool of people, then by all the chances is increasing that you're going to have more people out of that big pool who will be interested in your business, who will be interested in your products, and will be interested in whatever you're offering. So that's two. Number three, you need to engage with your audience. So if you're posting something and people start liking it and commenting on it, you need to engage these people. So you need to reply to their comments and even message them saying, hey, thanks for your comment. Are you interested in earning some extra income, or are you interested, or whatever your post was about. So it's all about engagement. It's all about engaging your audience. Too many people don't do that. They put a post out and they forget about it. They don't even go back to check that post. They don't even look who commented, who liked this post, etc. With the pros on social media, they engage their audience, and this way they get even better results. But also, your audience feels that you respect them. If you respond to their comments, if you message them when they like or comment on your post, etc., they will go, wow, this person actually noticed me. So that's also very important. Number four is building relationship and fact finding. So when you start communicating to somebody one-on-one on Facebook, and you start messaging them, etc., you want to build relationship with them. So you don't want the first message to be, hey, join my business, there's the link, right? Because that's just spam. I personally block people like that who do that to me, right? So when somebody's showed interest, don't just message them your link right away. You might want to build a relationship a little bit. You might want to find out who they are, what do they do for a living, what is it that they're looking for, etc. So this is where you're building a relationship with them. Okay, number five, if I would you. I really, really love this this system, if I would you. So basically it goes along the line, if I sent you a video about our company and our products and the ways to earn income, would you watch it? Or if I showed you a presentation about our business plan and about how you could earn some extra income, would you watch it? Or if I gave you some samples of our product, would you test it? Would you be interested, right? So this is a really great way of checking whether they would be open to it. right? So you not said, hey, can I send you? And then they go, no, or whatever. You go, hey, if I sent you, would you be interested, right? And that puts you in control, which means I haven't given it to you yet, but I'm just checking whether you would commit to watching it, right? So it's really, really good phrase to use. If I, would you? Number 6 is then what do you send to them? So again, depending on what you're trying to achieve, whether you're recruiting or you're trying to sell products, you will send the right information. But that can be business opportunity presentation, it can be a video, it can be an email, it can be a phone chat, etc. So you make a decision how you want to take it further. I have one coaching client who, for example, he prefers to talk to people over Skype. So once he got somebody in social media and they responded positively, then he tries to take the conversation onto Skype, where he can physically see the person, face to face on camera, and they can discuss things further, etc. So that's his style, and that's what he uses. Okay, the number 7 is follow up. So if you've sent them a video, if you sent them some information, then follow up with them. Straight away before you send them the information, or once you send them the information, you should agree a follow-up date. So when is it that you're going to follow them up? When is it you're going to give them a ring, etc. And this way you get in touch with them sometime later. So maybe tomorrow, maybe a few days later, you message them and say, hey, have you looked at the information I sent you? What did you like the best, etc. So you follow up, because again, if you don't follow up, you're going to lose some of the prospects who would have been interested, but they just didn't go back to you. But if you got back to them, then they perhaps will join your business. The number 8 is close. So once the person has seen the information, they like the information, etc., then is the time for you to help them to make a decision. So at this point, you'll go, great. So you could use something like, okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being you have 0 interest and 10 being you're ready to join, where are you at? Right? So now they're going to tell you, I'm 5, I'm 7, I'm 10, right? If they're 10, they're ready to join, right? But if they say, well, I'm 6 or 7, then you can say, well, what can I do, or what sort of information can I give you to take you from 7 to 10, where you would be ready to join, right? So this, or you could just say basically, great, so once you've seen the information, if they've seen the information, then you can go, great. So the next step is for you to register to a company or to become part of my team. So this is what I'm going to need for the registration, etc. So you're just assuming that they are interested and they will be joining your business, right? And if they're not, they'll tell you they're not, right? But you're just taking the process further down. Okay, and then number 9, it might be a good idea, especially if they're local to you, is to meet them up with them, right? So now that you built the relationship, now that you've given them information, it might be a good idea to say, hey, so can we meet up for a cup of coffee, at a local McDonald's or whatever, where I can show you some maybe product samples or some brochures or whatever. We could just meet, to talk face to face, etc. So that again, might be a good idea, might be a good next step. And then finally, I have like a bonus one, number 10. And this goes like that: no company name on social media. Now you might be going, wow, why can't I put my company name? I love my company, right? There's a reason why I say that. Because imagine the scenario. Imagine you go on your Facebook and you go, well, I'm a member of Company Wonderful with the products that are wonderful, and our owners are wonderful, and our whole company is wonderful, and all the distributors are wonderful, etc. So the person who looks at your Facebook goes, wonderful, right? But then they look at the company name, right? And they go on Google and they go, okay, Company Wonderful, right? And if they look on Google, the chances are, if your company is like 99.999% of other companies, if you go on Google, you will find something negative about it. Some idiot, from another, half across the world wrote something, the Company Wonderful is a scam, right? So I go on Google, I Google your wonderful company, and I go, oh, I knew it was a scam, so I won't even contact you. The second scenario, you post Company Wonderful, etc. on your Facebook, and then I see so Google Company Wonderful, and there is no negative stuff about Company Wonderful. Then I might go, well, why would I join you? I'd rather go and Google who's the top leader on Company Wonderful and join that company instead. Join that person instead, because they're a top leader in your company, aren't they? Why would I join you? So both ways you miss out. If you post something generic to get people curious, to get people interested, but without revealing all the information, then the person has to get in touch with you. then the person has to message you to say, hey, what it is all about. Hey, I would like to find out more. Now you're in charge of the conversation. Now you're in charge of what information they will receive, etc. So that's really, really important. I can see Stephanie commented a lot of groups don't allow you to post with it putting the company name, and it's fine. So in those groups, if you want, you can post with the company name. But I personally post to a lot of groups, hundreds of groups, and I know that 99.9% of groups don't really care, and you can post generic posts, generic advertisements without the company name. So if to be honest with you, for me personally, if a Facebook group didn't allow me to do that, I'll just leave the group, because there's thousands and thousands and thousands, probably millions of different groups on Facebook. So I'm not gonna be told by a Facebook group what can or what I cannot post. There's too many groups for me to go and, I can't post that and you can't post this. I'm not posting any porn or any religious stuff or any politics. I'm not posting anything that is whatever against the rules. I'm giving people an opportunity to earn extra income, but I choose not to reveal my company name, because I want to be in control of the conversation. Because I know if I post with the company name, etc., there's a big chance that the person won't even contact me. They won't even be interested, etc., because they have a pre-made conception about it. So instead, I want them to be open, and I want them to message me saying, hey, I'm interested in earning an extra income. What is it that you're offering? Now I'm in charge of the conversation, and I can dig deeper, find out more about them, find out if they're the right person for my business in the first place, and then I can give them the right information, etc. So, but also this goes to your personal Facebook profile. When you're posting on your personal Facebook profile, again, if you're putting an ad out, to reach your all of your friends, etc., then I would be very much inclined to put something generic and curious instead of just putting company wonderful, blah, 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 blah. Because this way, again, you're going to lose out on some of the people that might potentially be interested in earning an extra income, but they might have had a preconception about this type of business or whatever. So it's just, different approaches, and you can try different approaches and see what works better for you, etc. But these are just ideas that I found work quite well for me on social media and promoting my business and other things as well. So this is pretty much it, guys. Unless you have any questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. So just 10 tips for social media today. Hope you found them useful. Hopefully you'll be able to put some of them into action. Who do we have? Hey, Evadne. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Pam. Hey, Jura. Hey, Flora. Hey, Pauline. Hey, Lena. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, fantastic week. It's been raining out here today, so not a great weather, and they're predicting some snow and sleet, etc. So very, very unlike the weather we enjoy, nice and sunny. But what can you do, eh? It's winter. Cool. So we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks very much for joining on the call. Have a great rest of your week. And as always, I'll see you at the top.